Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay? You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
I kinda want to just ignore them. But I'll guess I'll cooperate.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say?
I said that you're son of a bitch.
Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second. I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way. I'm
Look
sorry.
at that booty.
I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Can I play now? This doesn't even give me a chance to save. Hello? What the hell's going on? Alright.
Bad dream? So, you don't want to talk about it? Don't worry, I understand. Sometimes it's easier not to talk. To keep it to yourself. I feel like that here sometimes. A lot, actually. As soon as you open your mouth, you realise that nobody listens. They might pretend they do, but you can tell by the eyes. Eyes will always give you away. My nan used to say that. The thing is, I don't care anymore. I'm just playing a game now. Like everyone else. Just playing a game.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
Yeah, let's not talk about what I saw, because they'll think I'm nuts.
I woke up here, and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me, and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you.
So I'm
Your
here
heart
for
stopped beating for nearly a minute.
3
They
hours
managed
around.
to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked
And the
to
devil
you.
loves these mysterious doctors,
He's
doesn't
really
he?
good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions.
I think both
But
of
he's
them
a
are
really great guy.
voiced by
You should
David
trust
Firth.
him.
Oh no, the doctor here is not voiced by David Firth, but some other character. But he's still here.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, Sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always
Sounds more
leave
like a
before their
thief.
identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
My cats.
Maybe. Tell me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Okay, so it was nice talking to you, but I really want to save the game now.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up, right?
What was that? Oh, we're back here.
We'll start
God
with
damn
a
it.
little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Finally, I can save. Okay, I'll do just that. So this is the point where I actually get to choose something. And this is not a very important choice, but you cannot see everything in one playthrough here. The thing we do here is uncover some of Susan's past, so we know her character better.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
So I can choose any option here. I don't think there is a true one. I can choose any of them. And the one I choose will be true. But judging by her character, I want to say that she was brought up without a father. Because she didn't suicide for nothing. She has no one in her life, and the father is usually the symbol of confidence in the family. The one who makes the child grow confident, makes him believe in himself, or her. So I'd say Susan was brought up without a father.
I was brought up without a father.
I understand he wasn't there when you were growing up. Can you tell me why? What happened to him?
He...
Committed suicide. No, that's grim, and that's a bit too dark for my taste. Let's say he died in an accident.
died in an accident. I'm not sure what exactly happened. All I know is that it was a car crash. I was told he died instantly.
Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
Yeah, let's say she had a good mom. But perhaps something happened later.
I can't complain. My mum was great. She did her best to make up for the loss of my father. Me and her, we were like best friends, like soulmates. We did everything together. She passed away 7 years ago. Her forever broken heart finally gave up. But she did give me a wonderful childhood, despite everything that happened. I will always love her for that.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
Okay, I can control myself? No,
I need to get
not
out
yet.
of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Yeah, I hate hospitals as well. And sometimes you may notice that I scale the video a bit. I cut off the bottom part. That's because in a lot of places, when I'm not supposed to do anything, there's just a black bar when where is the inventory supposed to be. So I hope you don't mind. I think the video would look better widescreen, so that's why I do it. Okay, so I have a band. Guess I don't want to lie down, I just got up. Clock. Needles are stuck, 10:08. I hope I don't have to remember this. Gloves rack. I guess let's take some. Let's take all of them. Cause why not? I'm a hoarder. Sink. Does it even work? It does. Wonder what do I need that for? The noise when I turn the tap is real strange. It sounds as if the door is opened or closed. This is a drug chart. It's a list of drugs for patient inside room 2. I guess that's me then. I'm on a lot of sedatives, it appears. The stuff they're giving me could knock out a horse. And give it a headache for a week too. I could also cause hallucinations and paranoia. That would kind of explain the things I saw. How bizarre. Why would they want to give me all that? I'm not crazy, I know that for sure. If anyone's crazy here, it's someone who put me on all this medication for no good medical reason. Well, I know there used to be experiments on some medical institutions that deal with mental illnesses in all the times, but this game takes place in rather modern times. I think because there are computers in homes, so a bunch of chrysanthemums. I hope I didn't butcher that name too much. I hate flowers. Well, I don't hate flowers myself, but the whole concept of them is a bit beyond me. Well, they do look nice, but still. Yeah, so she doesn't want to do anything with the flowers. Side room 2. They must be keeping another suicidal nutcase in there. Can I go in? There's no one here. Can I take more gloves?
I've got enough gloves in my pocket. There's no need to take more.
By the way, do you even have pockets? Okay, what's the time here? 11:40. A dirty looking pillow. Nothing interesting below it. What's this person taking? It's Anne Button, 35 years old. She's taking a lot of sedatives and has a long history of drug abuse. It seems that on top of it all, she's taking methadone for heroin withdrawal syndrome. At the bottom of the page, there's a note saying she's actually a private patient who's staying here out of her own free will. Lucky lady. I guess it won't be so easy for me to leave the ward. So this nurse has discharge letters. We need those. Can I just go out?
Let me through. I'm going home.
Can I see the discharge letter first? If you haven't been discharged by the doctors, I'm afraid I can't let you through.
You have no right. I am a free person, and I'll do what I want. I'm not staying here a minute longer.
I'll have to see the letter first. May I ask what your name is?
It wouldn't be smart just to say it.
I'll come back later.
Please do, Mum. We'll be right here.
Can I take any of these? No,
Please
she's
do
watching.
not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry. Are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Well, you don't look much different from patients yourself, to be honest.
I'd like to go home now.
Well, so would I. But there are procedures and a system in place. I can't just let you go like that.
What?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
Dude, this is a bit bizarre.
I feel much better now. Can you please discharge me?
I'm glad to hear that. But I can't discharge you until Dr. X sees you. He should be doing his round very soon. Please return to your bed and wait for him, alright?
Okay, I don't think I'll reach anything by talking to her. So what else do we have here? Oh, hello. She looks a bit like a younger version of me. She looks like someone I know.
Hi. Are you alright? Can we talk for a minute?
I can't talk. Please, just leave me alone.
Oh, I mean you no harm. I'm trapped here, just like you.
Trapped? I don't know. It's just so hard to think without it. But you're a stranger. And you're not one of those lovely nurses either. They look after me so well. I trust the nurses like I trusted my mother.
I just want to talk. I need your help.
Unless it's Mother who sent you. Was it her? Please tell me it was her.
Yeah, sure. I'm a good friend of your mother.
I miss her so much. I can't remember you very well. But you should know this. If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, sure I do. Now, let me ask you.
What is it?
Oh, well...
What is my mother's name?
Yeah, she's acting a bit strange. And I wonder if I can just guess the name. I don't think I can, actually. Because as far as adventure games go, they don't give you an option unless you actually did a certain thing to find out what you need to tell, so I'm just going to come back later.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Poor woman, she's not having a great time here. What's over here? Here's a bathroom. Why is the mirror broken? That's kind of dangerous. I can't look at myself. The mirror is cracked, a large shard of glass is lying on it inside. Let's take that. If they find it on me, they'll think I'm a complete psycho. But it might be useful too. I'll risk it. This ring bell for assistance. We don't need that. Note. Please stop writing messages on the mirror. While we are currently experiencing difficulties maintaining a high level of cleanliness due to sudden absence of our cleaning staff, we ask all patients to be considerate and help us keep the ward tidy. What's in the bin? It hasn't been emptied in a while. Anything useful? Medication pots. Does anything change if I leave the tap on? You can see that the water is boiling hot. The whole sink is steaming. I think there's more and more of steam. Ale. Okay, ale it is. Let's not waste the water then. So, that woman just came out of here. That might be her mother's name. What was her name? Anne, I guess. It was the one we saw the document of. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it was written on the door.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name.
Yeah.
The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Okay, where is it? Don't have the option. Well, Ale might be short for Elizabeth. Maybe. That's right.
Elizabeth.
No, you're wrong. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
And did I need to examine the mirror? I think I did. So I'll have to redo that. Well, actually, the puzzle is not that obvious, but I'm surprised that it's not more difficult. Because usually in adventure games, you'd also have to maybe to put something in the vent so the hot air doesn't go out. Something like that. Okay, mirror. I get nothing from this. I've been dying for a wee ever since I woke up. Oh. Well, that's realistic, but I don't think it was that needed. Let's see, flash now? Or maybe I need to do this with all the mirrors. I didn't see anything here. Yeah, let's just try, anyway. Let's see if anything happens. No. Can maybe perhaps give something to have medication pot. Not an empty one. And there's no mirrors here. Yeah, I'll try one thing. This place is one of the harder ones in the game to figure out, actually. And one of the things you need to do is to put a whole bunch of gloves in the toilet. Yeah, that's really obvious. And then a flush. Now we cannot use the toilet, so we call for assistance. This is taking a while.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
The toilet's blocked.
What? Oh, well, that's hardly an emergency.
It is when you need to use it urgently, like I do.
Well,
I
it says
see.
ring bell for assistance,
Fine, I'll sort it out.
not in case of
Just give me a
emergency.
minute. Oh, it's the gloves again. Guess I'll
Again?
have to get my hands dirty since the cleaner's
Someone
called
did
in
that
sick.
before. Now, perhaps you can snatch some documents. That would be excellent. Yeah, take. Maybe these as well? I don't need that. Okay. But I've got that one, at least. This is my ticket out of here. Unfortunately, it's on Anne Burton's name. I have to somehow trick those guards into thinking I'm Anne. So I guess I need a tag. Can we change them?
Shall we swap our name bands?
Mother always told me not to talk to strangers.
Well, not a
I can't
little girl.
take it. I'm being good now. Only talk to my nurses and good friends.
Then what? Okay, is that nurse done?
It wasn't you who did it, was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone just stuck a bunch of... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's sorted now. I just hope it's the last time I've put my hands in that stinking toilet.
Okay, perhaps you can give me some drugs. Um, hmm.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in 5 minutes? Thanks.
Is Liz here?
And who's Liz?
That young nurse who was here last night. Black hair, very chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name.
Not even your
Can you return to
co-workers.
your bed now, please? It's nearly time for your medication. I can't be chasing around after every single patient.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come
Doing
and talk
what?
to you in a minute, alright?
You're busy doing what exactly? Maybe there's something here. Nothing that interesting. This is tricky, actually. It's not my first time playing this, and still I don't remember. So apparently I did the right thing, but I missed something. So here we go again. Wait, what? Do I just ring for assistance?
Someone is coming.
Yeah, the water's still running, no
Have
one
you rang
turns
the
it
bell?
off.
Is there an emergency?
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
Are you really? You look fine to me.
No, I'm really not feeling well.
Fine, I'll call the doctor for you. But I can't help it if he's busy and can't get here straight away. In the meantime, I know how to make you feel better. I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
Susan Ashworth, 24th of May, 1970.
I'm just going to check your name band now to confirm that. That's fine. That's fine. I'd like you to drink this liquid, please. It will help you relax. It will help you relax.
Why did she say it twice? But yeah, what I need to do here is take the drugs.
That's a good girl. Now, drink it down. You'll feel much better. Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
So we now have more letters. So the name is Sheila. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. I don't think I can enter my room. Or I can. Oh, I want to explore more. Oh, this is freaky. What was that stuff? Whoa. So that's supposed to be a hut, but that sound is really strange as... Doesn't like sound like a heartbeat, it sounds like someone smacking their ass. Narcotic heart. So hard to concentrate. Is this thing filled with drugs? Why would you make such a conclusion? Well, I guess it's her hallucination. So we use a glass shard on it. And we take some drugs, which looks like blood. And we go to sleep now. The frame rate is shitting itself right now. Yes, so
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.
So yeah, I woke up from the dream, but I still have the drugs. Isn't that weird? Okay, I know the name now.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, repeat that every
But I
time we
know
meet.
it. Let me just think for a second. Sheila.
Yes, It was my mother who sent you, after all. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. But my head's all messed up.
So,
Yeah,
let's
no
have a
shit.
little chat, sweetheart. Do you know how to get out of here?
We're not supposed to get out. We must stay here. Do what they say. Take pills they give us. Sometimes, if I behave, they give me the red stuff. I wait for it. I'm being good.
What is this red stuff?
It's a drug. My favourite one. Red stuff takes the pain away. I must stay here. Good nurses have been most kind. They always remember. They know I'm suffering. But it is not the same as the drugs I see in my dreams. On the other side of the mirror, there's a spider's heart full of drugs. I just can't seem to find it anymore.
I see. How about we swap our name bands?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. But that would be like a favour to you, yeah?
Well, technically, you wouldn't lose anything, because I'd give you my name band instead. Does that make any sense?
Sure, yeah. I do want something better in return though. I'm not that stupid. I know you'll use it to get out of here.
Oh, I never said you're stupid. I just really want to go home. Please understand.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'll give it to you if you get me the red stuff. What do you say?
I thought nurses give it to you anyway.
No, not that. I'm talking about the real thing. Something you can only get in the world of dreams. Now that is something special.
Is it safe?
It's perfectly safe.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
And this part is a bit psychotic.
What exactly is this little treat you mentioned?
It's the red teardrop of pure happiness. They bring it, I drink it down, and my pain goes away. Without it, I just feel so angry. It's like I'm going crazy. It's funny, but I just get so fucking angry sometimes. I'm dying, I think. We're all dying, I heard. She said I'd go to hell for it, but I didn't do anything. I didn't know. Does he know?
Who?
Him!
Right. Okay. No, probably not.
I need the red medicine. I need it now. I must be a good girl. I must be a nice girl.
Maybe I could get you some of that stuff. Do you know where they keep it?
Oh, they have it hidden well. You can't get there. Or maybe you can. I see it in my dreams sometimes. It's where the nurses are. But in my dream, there are no nurses there. I see it, but I can't get it. It's so near, and yet so far. I can still hear the broken heartbeat of the spider's heart.
And yeah, the voice acting is really not consistent in this game. Not only in skill of voice actors, but in their microphones as well. And it could be easily improved if they just got a pop filter, you know. And it's not like it's hard to make yourself for real cheap. But what's done is done.
I'll talk to you later, yeah?
Yes, go. Be careful. They're watching us. And remember, we must be nice to earn the red stuff. Always be nice.
Poor woman.
Well, let's give her the red stuff.
I've found the thing you asked me for. But are you absolutely certain it won't harm you?
Don't be silly. Of course it won't.
Fine. I hope you know what you're doing. Can I have your name band now, please?
Yes. No matter what they say, I do keep my promises.
What do they? You know what? It doesn't matter. Thank you for your help.
So now we have the name tag. I can try to escape now.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, all right. I didn't realize you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mom. We'll see you soon.
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
Where are my clothes, by the way? So this says an exit right next to them, but I'm not sure. Storage room, I don't want to go here. Employees only. Mod. Whoa, that scared me.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well, perhaps I am?
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk, stretch my legs, get some fresh air. Give it a
Oh,
rest.
fuck.
I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time?
Yeah,
you have
right.
no idea what I've been through.
Now I'm getting something
Once
worse.
again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no
make
more
me a
drugs
veggie.
will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
I've got some cats.
I live on my own, and it suits me just fine. I don't need anyone. People mostly bore me. Sometimes they annoy me or upset me. I'm happy with how things are at the moment. I have my little bit of space, and it's my own. It's private. I'd like to keep it that way.
What do you do for a living?
She doesn't look much like a waitress.
I'm between jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon. But it's been difficult.
Also, this could be a
I
reason
didn't
for
feel
her
that
depression.
great.
At least one of them,
I
so
felt weak.
it feels
and
like more logical answer.
powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger and motivated.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
I lie in bed, awake. Can't bring myself to open my eyes.
I see.
I'm scared of the coming day. I know already what'll happen.
And what's that, Susan?
Nothing, really. Nothing at all happens in this stupid, empty life. Sometimes I wonder why I even get dressed. What for?
And now
For who?
this is a bit
I
too
hardly
close
ever
for
get out of
home.
the flat anyway.
Would you say that you feel
For me.
safer at home than outside?
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
And my eyes are constantly fixating on the doctor's necklace. It looks a bit silly.
A good friend. Someone I could finally trust. But I can't see anyone will turn up anytime soon. I've become a social hermit. People avoid me.
You'll have to try to open up a bit. Hopefully the suicide watch worker will work with you on that.
Don't think it'll help much. I heard they're not very good.
Really? Sorry to hear that. Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
No, I'm not sure it's a good idea. Especially the group therapy thing. I'd hate it.
You should at least give it a go first, and then decide. If you don't like it, we can think of something else, yeah?
If you insist. But I doubt it'll help.
Do you have problems sleeping?
Rarely. I sleep well most nights. If anything, I probably sleep too much.
Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
I feel like the whole world is against me.
Do you find it hard to concentrate?
No, not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
Only sometimes.
I'd suggest you don't consume any alcohol at all for a while. Does that sound like something you can do?
Yeah, sure. I'm not a big drinker anyway.
Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when you're really down?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I suppose not.
I
But I'm
would.
sure lots of people have times when they do think about it.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority. But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
I realize that now.
Please, In your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Nothing was making me happy anymore. There wasn't a single thing that would bring a smile to my face. I kept thinking, won't it be better if I just disappear? I tried. I really tried to find something. Took a long bath, picked up a book, watched some television, but I just couldn't get into anything. All those things seemed like worthless distractions, and I myself felt obsolete, needless. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Well, being a burden sometimes sounds a bit stupid for me. Even if you commit suicide, there's a burden for someone to make a funeral. But to feel like life is pointless, that's understandable. So I guess.
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
My cats,
My
of course.
cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
This place. The rain is not that bad. I'd say it's people.
People. They've let me down too many times. I don't know who to trust anymore. I only trust my cats these days.
So you say in the suicide note.
Because that's true. I've been stabbed in the back more times than I could count.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
Man, I couldn't say that I suffer from depression. Of course, I cannot certainly know that I have no mental quirks, let's say, not illnesses necessarily. Of course, everyone has them, but man, Susan sounds so relatable to me, actually. And that's actually not a good thing, but still. Of course, it's good when a game developer manages to make a relatable main character.
Probably nobody would come anyway. Can you imagine it? Now that's a sad picture. Loved by no one. Missed only by some cats. No tears shed for me. No flowers on my grave. But that's okay. I never liked flowers. I wouldn't miss that.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
How did he know about it? By the way, what's up with that painting? It looks a bit strange. I think it's a painting of someone performing a surgery? It's a bit bizarre.
I don't really want to talk about this.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know. But hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday,
For
I
some
went back to my
reason,
room and
my
fell
inventory
asleep.
appeared.
I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But
Please, you must follow me. Quickly.
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
It's really cool how it just
Hurry.
it doesn't make a whole new scene.
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here.
This is one of the best flashbacks I've ever seen in a game. It just makes this little cloud.
The security guys were gone. She
And it's
pointed at the
completely clear
corridor
that it's
and said,
just in my
You go
mind.
first. I'll explain everything in a minute.
Huh.
Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going
Well,
to
at least
hurt
that was a
you.
nice transition.
Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
So we're going here, right? How do I go in here? Or do we just go here?
I think I can hear someone coming.
Actually, what the hell is happening?
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way.
Are we now going in that hole? Oh, the corridor, another hole.
Turn left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
What are we doing on the roof?
The roof, what the hell?
Liz,
We're supposed to go down.
what the hell are you doing? And
Why is she all
there
bloody?
blood on your clothes? Liz,
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
this is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one I told you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Actually, you didn't tell me that story because I rushed through the dialogue because I really wanted to save. But so happens that I've played this game before and I know the right answers. Let's see if I can actually Shoot him, yeah, I can. So, just follow me. I'll try. This is one of the more important parts, and I have to take the right answers here if we want the best ending. So yeah, follow me here.
Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed.
Okay,
I know I'm
you
cheating a
have
bit, but
listened.
it happened.
Maybe you're right.
I thought we'll talk to
Or
her
maybe it
one
was
more
just a
time.
blind guess. But I must jump anyway. I have no choice.
Wait! Please stop and think for a second.
Did you not hear what I said? I have no choice.
Of course you have.
Yes, you do! You can choose to come back inside with me, and we'll just forget this like it never happened, okay?
Do you remember that other thing I told you? I'm sure I told you about my flatmates. Did I tell you what one of them does for a living? I bet you don't remember that.
She's a stripper.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm like
I'm
a
sure they
psychic.
do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want
She
you to
doesn't
make
even
the same
realize that
mistake
she
I
didn't
did.
even see those things to
I
me.
thought you of all people knew how it feels. When you're trapped, and you can't trust anyone.
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care, my family don't care, even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
On Valentine's Day.
Yes. Valentine's Day. You and I could have been good friends, you know. You really listened to everything
We
I
can
said
still
after
be.
all. I'll be back. When you need help, I'll be there, Susan. But right now, it's time for me to let go.
No!
So yeah, we really couldn't save her. Even though we chose all the right things to say. That was grim.
After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you were absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's alright.
What?
Stop treating me like I'm crazy. Fine, I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway. The door is locked?
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life.
Yeah, a normal
I like
doctor
your
couldn't
blue
have this
eyes
necklace.
and your sleek
Unironically.
cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it. For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
That's not good. But what he doesn't know is that we cannot die. So I guess that's the first parasite. And we'll see you in the next episode.